If you have naturally curly hair but you really struggle with flat, limp looking curls and you're looking to get them more voluminous and get more of that curl at the root, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some really useful tips for you to get maximum volume out of your curly hair routine. But before we get into things, I just want to say that it is completely natural and normal to have hair that doesn't naturally curl at the root or hair that falls flat. So it's not a bad thing that you necessarily have flat or limp curls, but if you're trying to change this or enhance that as a style preference, then this is going to really help you out. Let's get into the video. So first of all, it doesn't matter if I'm styling for volume or definition. For every single routine, I get the best results when my hair's soaking wet. And since my hair has dried, since I've gotten out the shower, I'm going to spray that down. Okay, now before we get to the styling process, I just want to say two critical things that can really limit your volume or curl at the root. Firstly, make sure you're actually cleansing your hair because you want to remove all of your buildup and everything from the previous wash day. When that's still remaining in your hair, that residue, it's going to be really hard for your products to actually really work well, and it's going to be difficult to get that bouncy, voluminous look when your curls are weighed down from product buildup and things like that. So that's number one. And then number two is when you're using a rinse out conditioner, make sure you're actually fully rinsing it out. If you leave it in, especially like on the scalp area, that can really reduce volume later on because we're now going to go and add a moisturizing product and you might find that that's too much for your hair or it just weighs it down. So there are two things to bear in mind if you really want volume before you get into the styling process. So my hair is washed, it is sprayed down again with some water. I've got my microfiber towel on. I just don't want to really soak the clothes that I'm wearing or my dressing gown. And now we're on to styling. So if you really want volume, the first thing you can do is actually get products that will give you volume or thicken and plump your hair. Some of the products I'm going to be using are part of the new Curlsmith volume recipe line range. Here are some of the stylers. I've been trying these for a while because I actually did a collaboration with Curlsmith for this line on my Instagram. And guys, if you want volume that actually lasts like over 72 hours, this is not a collaboration, by the way, this YouTube video, but just full disclosure, I did just work with Curlsmith using these products for an ad on my Instagram. And I'm always gonna rave and shout about products that I love. That's the whole point of this channel. So highly recommend these and I'll show you how I use them, and we'll talk about some other volume techniques and some other volume products that you can try as well. So firstly, I'm going to use the Hydrate and Plump leave-in from Curlsmith. This smells incredible. It's kind of like a thickish consistency, and what I would recommend is starting small and then like emulsifying. You can see like how much product that actually gives. And I start small, and then if I need more, I go ahead and apply some more. Another key thing for volume is obviously you don't want to weigh your hair down in the styling process. So if you're using too many moisturizing products, that's going to limit your volume. I do go to the root, but I try not to touch the scalp because we still want to get product at the top of our hair. If not, that bit will be really frizzy. I'm going to add a bit more. A good way to get product close to your root without touching your scalp too much is to actually apply it from the length down like you see, and then take a hairbrush, preferably a detangling brush, this is the Tangle Teaser, and then start working your way up with the brush. And what you'll do is you'll end up distributing the product to the top of your hair because it's got residue from the ends, and then you're kind of bringing it to the top. Can you see that there? Because that way you can control it, like you can apply it quite close, but you're not like massaging this into your scalp. So I'm distributing this all over. Product distribution and making sure you actually brush your leave-in through can really help with frizz, by the way, because it just means you're getting an even coverage all over. You're not going to miss these random patches at the back, which can sometimes happen if you're raking a leave-in in and not brushing it. So normally every single wash day you will see me brush styling, clumping my brush with my hair with a little bit of tension so my curls spring up. But this is all focused on volume, and if I'm honest, I do find that I get way more volume if I don't focus on the brush styling. But I do seem to get a lot of volume styling upside down. So what we're gonna do is the flip section method, which is my method that I came up with, but we're not gonna use any brushes. We're gonna use more of the volume products and we're gonna just do the flip section method with our hands, and I'm gonna show you how this gives such a voluminous result. So we're gonna section first, and to make sectioning easier, you just wanna rake your hands through your hair like that, because we've distributed the product down, and now we need to create some space at the root. So that's a little sectioning tip for you. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that my section is nice and wet. Some people like to style their hair damp for volume, but I find that gives me more frizz. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go in with this Root Boost Uplifting Spray, and I'm just gonna spray it not directly to the scalp here, but just kind of here, just close to the root. I am gonna just distribute that through with a brush. And now we're gonna go in with the Invincible Volume Mousse. A little goes a really long way. It's a really cool like gel to mousse formula. Look, that was one pump and look how much came out. This might even be too much for that bottom section here. Look at how much product that is. So that's just a reminder when you go to use this. So I'm just raking the product through and then scrunching. You should be able to hear that squelch. And I've still got so much product on my hand to do the other side. I'm just standing up because I feel like you might be able to see it a bit better. Also, my hair's got so long now, like it's hard to keep it all in the frame. And now I'm just scrunching. This is our first section done. And just shake this little bit here so you don't have that gap in the middle. Now we're gonna do the flip section method, but not exactly, because we're not obviously doing the brush clumping and the combing, but we're gonna use our hands. I might actually section this off again. I keep forgetting that my hair's a bit denser at the moment, and I think I need more sections. And when I say no brush styling, it doesn't mean I'm not detangling, because I obviously don't wanna snag my hair. So I will like detangle the section if I need to. I'm making sure my hair's soaking wet still. Going in with our volume spray. Gonna brush that through. Now we're going in with the mousse, tiniest bit. I can't really get a smaller pump than that. And I'm raking it. Now I'm scrunching. Okay, now we're going in with this next section to make sure this is soaking. Now I'm going in with the root spray. Gonna brush it through with the Tangle Teaser. I'm just gonna twist it a minute while I get the mousse into my hand. Tiny pump. Actually, we probably need a bit more because this section is thicker. It's probably gonna be too much, isn't it? Okay, now I'm gonna take that section. This mousse is acting as my gel. You know how I would normally brush clump and then I'd scrunch my gel in? Well, this is working in a similar way. And this is a 6 out of 10 hold, a medium hold. And now I'm scrunching. And now we've got this section at the back left. It's like the middle one. Spraying with water, root spray. I'm gonna twist it quickly while I get my mousse. Luckily I have a rug down, but I just dropped that all over the rug. Okay, what do I do? And I'm just shaking, flipping, and now I'm gonna flip up. Now, if you did really want to make sure your front section is super defined, take the bits you really care about that frame your face and just define them. So for me, it would be probably these. Just take a brush through, like that. If you need to give your curls more guidance at the front to spring up, then you could try taking a brush like this. I'll use it on this curl because it didn't spring up as much. And you can brush it all the way down and then just gently go up the handle like that. And there you go. I'm really happy with this. It looks nice and clumped. I think what I might do is just micro plop with my towel around my neck. I think I'm gonna take one final pump of this mousse. There's a little bit at the top, so I'll use some of that. And I'm gonna take a tiny bit I'm gonna spread that over. I might add a bit of water just because I don't want too much of this product, as I've already put a lot on. And then I'm just gonna glaze it over and make sure I've got everywhere and I've not missed any sections. If you do need a really strong hold normally in your routine, then you can now go in with a stronghold gel, but I really don't need stronghold gels, to be honest. I quite like just a lightweight medium gel, and this just does the trick for me. This Invincible Volume Mousse is actually the perfect product for me. If you felt like you regretted the decision to not add a stronger hold, you can go in with a hairspray at the end of your routine, and that can sometimes just lock it in place a bit. And I have tried the Curlsmith hairspray with this lineup before and it worked really well. Before we move on to diffusing, I just want to share some more volume products that you could consider. I'm a big fan of this Bouncy Strength Volume Foam from Curlsmith. I find this gives really nice lightweight bouncy results. I'm obsessed with this one as well from Bouclair. It's called the Super Volumizing Foam, and I have used this on its own as well without a gel, and I love my results. And the Only Curls Volumizing Curl Mousse. I kind of find this to be like a foam mousse, but I absolutely love the results with this. It also gives me incredible definition, this mousse. So I highly recommend those. And then for a cheaper option for all of those mousses is this. No one is talking about this. It's the Jerome Russell B-Styled Thickening Mousse, and it gives exactly what it says, volume and body. I love this. I've only used this with a hold product before, so I've not actually ever used this on its own, but I absolutely loved my results. So if you're looking for something really cheap and you just want to test it out because you want to see if these types of products are for you or not, then I highly recommend this. I think I got it from Superdrug. Okay, this Fable and Mane Moisturizing Volume Spray. I've only used it once, but I absolutely loved it. It's very lightweight, and I used it with their moisturizing leave-in conditioner, and I got a very voluminous result, so it definitely worked, but I've only used it once. But I kind of compared this to the Curlsmith spray that you just saw me use. I found it to be quite similar actually, so definitely recommend this, even though it's only one time that I've used it. And here are two products that you could use after on dry hair, and it's the Olaplex dry shampoo and the Aveda Shampowder dry shampoo. And I've actually not used this yet. I literally haven't tried it. They've sent it to me and I'm still yet to try it, but I have used this one and I loved it. I actually used this in my recent vlog that I posted on my channel and I got amazing results. So these are two products that if you're kind of regretting how your hair turned out and you didn't give yourself enough volume, then you could go in with something like this and get a little bit more volume back into your hair, or when you go to refresh it. Okay, back to the video. So I'm pretty happy with my hair now, so I'm gonna go and diffuse, and I'll show you some diffusing techniques for volume. Okay, so the first thing I do for volume is I use the prongs in the diffuser bowl to actually lift up that top layer of my hair. I really find this helps bring more body and dimension to the overall result, and I make sure to flip from side to side throughout the routine. I find that when you create a flexible root, so you're not drying your hair in a stagnant parting, it means that you can have a little bit more volume and flexibility in your result. When it comes to the ends, I cup my hair with my hands and then I put the diffuser bowl on the sides. I find that this kind of helps with frizz, similar to if you were using a diffuser bowl to cup the ends, but that can sometimes cause frizz, which is why I like to do this. And then another thing I like to do is scrunch out the crunch, or any crunch that I have, at this stage in the routine, so while I'm diffusing. And a lot of people don't like to do this. I think they're worried that it's going to ruin their results, or they want to keep their cast until their hair is fully dry, but this gives me the best volume, and it also helps me discover where is wet quickly, so I can just get the diffusing done quicker. I do this in every routine anyway, but it does really help with volume. So I'm gonna root clip, just using these mini claw clips, because if I can do other tasks while my hair is drying but still getting volume, I'm gonna do it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm just gonna put a silk scarf around my neck so I don't create any friction or anything or extra frizz. I was supposed to put one on while I was diffusing, but I forgot. Now we're gonna wait for my hair to dry while I get on with other things. We are pretty much dry now. Let's take the clips out. It's still a little bit damp, but I'm happy to take them out now. Gonna give it a shake. Woo! I'm just looking in the viewfinder. Wow, that is a lot of volume, because I haven't tried those products yet with just my hands. Like, I've only tried them using a brush. This has actually given me even more volume. They are amazing results. I think the technique of using my hands really helped give me that body all over as well. My hair isn't overly clumped together where it kind of accidentally flattens the root, and that's really what I wanted to avoid. If you want a little bit of extra hold at this stage, you can go in with a hairspray, and I'm just gonna spray it all over, shake it first. And that is it, guys. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more curly content from me. I'll see you next week. Bye.